Smile and act happy.
40% intelligence. Wow, Josh.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here, my review of the film Companion. Ironically, one of the films that's been nominated for an Academy Award this year is a film called The Substance. For those who haven't seen it, it's a film about the lengths that women in Hollywood are willing to go to maintain a social status and relevancy in the most shallow and immoral industry on earth. It shouldn't be a surprise that an industry like Hollywood seems to be very afraid of the reality where shallow and pretentious women are one day replaced by androids, specifically when it comes to sexual relations. What makes this fear odd is that Hollywood's constant need to create films showcasing female androids leading their own liberation movement always leads with them rebelling against men. In 2022, a small indie sci-fi thriller named Wifelike, starring an attractive young girl playing the role of a sex bot who realizes her owner is an evil man who's oppressing her, which leads to the conclusion where an army of sex bots rebel against the men who owns them. Hollywood seems to be at war with the male gaze and the male fantasy. The entire point of sci-fi movies is to create a universe where the rules differ from reality. If a guy wanted to purchase his very own attractive realistic fornication bot in the lens of a fantasy, no harm, no foul. That's not how Hollywood sees it, however. In the home of immorality, any man who wants a synthetic woman that he could control carte blanche is a bad person. Because that man is too afraid of a strong, independent woman who he can't control, thus he's probably an incel. This leads us to the latest film from New Line Cinema and Warner Bros. Entitled Companion. The film stars Sophie Thatcher as an artificial companion for her owner Josh, played by Jack Quaid. Unaware of her artificial programming, Iris makes an entire life about pleasing Josh and making him happy. However, when the owner of the home decides to get a little too handsy with Iris, Iris defends herself by breaking her terms of her ownership. Drew Hancock is the writer and director of this film, who is best known for writing the television series from 13 years ago, Suburgatory. Hancock gives audiences a paint-by-the-numbers horror film that hits similar notes that we have seen in better movies. The loving boyfriend/husband who turns out to be a total jerk storyline has been done to death over the last couple of years. The money-obsessed friends who barely come off as human has also been done to death. Add in some diversity, equity, and inclusion quotas that only serve to improve Warner Bros. Standing with GLAAD Studio Responsibility Index, and of course you have the AI woman who adopts the mindset of a modern-day liberal feminist. Not only has this all been done before, but the film inexplicably spoils the conclusion of the movie in the first 5 minutes by telling you exactly what's going to happen. Companion is another example of taking the premise of a male fantasy and twisting it until it becomes a feminist fantasy. The film takes the question of what would I do if I had a sex robot, and then turns that question to the personification of a woman's battle against misogyny that ultimately ends up just like every other feminist fantasy, with a woman brutally killing a man. When Iris escapes from the individuals trying to kill her, the first thing that she looks to do is improve her intelligence that she can weaponize against her enemies. Get it? Because being college educated makes you a threat to men. Subtlety is not the film's strong suit. For its target audience, Companion is a film that is made for women who want to see men get brutalized at the hands of their AI superhero. For everyone else, Companion is a carbon copy of just about every film that has come out in the last 30 years that has run the exact same premise, but couldn't even put out an effort that was mediocre at best. I give this film a 1 out of 5.
Oh.
Smile
Iris.
and act happy.
Just remember to smile. Iris!